What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. And today, we gotta talk about Charleston White and this disgusting watermelon Felon t-shirt he's selling with Karmelo Anthony's face morphed into a watermelon. And I'ma say this plain. This is one of the lowest things I've seen a black man do for attention in a long time. Because this is not just a joke. This is not just Charleston being Charleston. This is a black man taking a racial joke that has been used to mock and dehumanize black people for generations. And he put a black teenager's face inside of it and he's selling it for money. And what makes it even more disgusting is that Charleston didn't even start as an enemy of the Karmelo Anthony family. It started with Charleston acting like he was gonna help him.
I just got off. Hey, homie. So yeah, I'm putting up the 75,000 for the kids' appeal. So yeah.
Yeah, I was just watching a video on that when you called.
Yeah. I'm putting it. They need 150, but I'm putting up 75. But I'm trying to raise $1 million.
Send me the links when you got it.
I will. So I'm finna set up an interview with with the dad and R.I.C.H TV at a black church with a black pastor who I'm trust, and this will be the mom and dad first time talking. Let me just say this: black people hurt this family. Black people showed up in the beginning when this kid first committed the crime. It was 2 or 3 weeks had passed before black people found out, because black people didn't care when they thought it was just 2 kids who had committed a murder. They was worried about the rapper and his baby being killed, so they ignored Karmelo and Austin Metcalf. I made a post when it happened and said, hey, a black kid killed a white boy. I guess y'all don't care about that. It wasn't about race until black people got involved.
This is why the whole thing feels so dirty. He came in like he was standing on principle. He came in like he saw something wrong in the system. He came in like he was willing to put real money behind a young black man's appeal. But the moment he didn't like the father, he turned the son into merchandise. That tells me this was never rooted in real conviction. Because if you really believe a young man deserves an appeal, an argument with his father does not make you turn around and use racist imagery to humiliate him. Karmelo Anthony ain't do nothing to Charleston White. He didn't argue with him. He didn't disrespect him. He didn't take his money and run off. Karmelo was sitting in prison, already living with the consequences of his own case. And Charleston decided to use that boy's face to keep his own name moving through the algorithm.
He ain't lying.
That is not commentary. That is a grown man feeding off a young man's ruin. And I don't care how Charleston tries to dress it up. When you can go from saying you helping somebody's appeal to selling a shirt mocking them with watermelon imagery, something inside of you has fallen too low. This is why I keep saying black people have to stop confusing leadership with entertainment. I don't believe the black community supports Charleston White as a leader. I believe a lot of people watch him because it's chaotic, it's unpredictable, and he's willing to say the ugliest things in the room. That can get views, that can get laughs, that can get clips and reels, but it does not make a man wise. And it definitely does not make him good for the community. Charleston White has been showing us who he is. The shirt just took the last part off the mask that people were still trying to defend.
I am removing myself from the Karmelo Anthony's case. I am no longer involved with the family. And here's why. I was starting to feel like I was being used for my influence and my connections and resources. When I tell you we raised over $1 million one day, privately, quietly, they wanted to start another GoFundMe. I said, no, I'm not doing a GoFundMe. They wanted to know after we pay for the pill, will the money go to them? No. The extra money don't go back to you. It goes back to the people who gave it. It don't go to nothing else. The money is for the pill. His daddy in the way. I don't like weak. I hate weak men. I'd rather stand with a strong daddy like that Metcalf man than his black weak father trying to play victim. Now, nigga, your son's still living. Hug him. Send him some books to read. I got the money. Let's start to work on the pill. Anything else don't make sense. Nigga, what's wrong with you? And I'm telling the nigga, say, homie, everybody believe you playing for the money, nigga. And I'm starting to believe you using me for it. You want to get the money, but then disassociate yourself from me? Nigga, I'm here for that boy. I'm here for your son, nigga. And if this money don't go directly to your son's appeal, you don't get this money. We sent it back. But was right and right. And if we doing an appeal, the money goes to appeal, not house bills.
Charleston can feel however he wants about Karmelo's father. If he thinks his father handled business wrong, then say that. If he don't want to help anymore, walk away. If he wants to support Austin Metcalf's father instead, then that's his decision. But none of that justifies turning Karmelo into a racial punchline. You can stop doing business with a family without trying to publicly degrade their child. You can criticize a father without mocking a son who's already locked up. Charleston ain't even have to go there. He chose to go there because he knew it would get attention. That is what makes it so foul. This was not a man losing control in a random moment. This was a product, a design, a price tag, a performance. He looked at black pain, white grief, prison, race, death, and controversy, then found a way to turn all of it into a t-shirt. That is a man who has learned how to eat off everybody's pain. And history has always warned us about people like Charleston White. I'm not saying Charleston White is some government agent, but black history has shown us what disruptive energy looks like when it gets too close to the community. It speaks our language, uses our pain, creates confusion, makes the public argue, and then walks away with the damage and turns it into power. That is the function. Sometimes it comes through an informant. Sometimes it comes through a media personality who realizes black outrage is a business model. With Charleston, I don't see a man trying to build nothing. I see a man who walks into black trauma, kicks over the furniture, sells tickets to the mess, then calls everybody else too sensitive for not laughing. That is not courage. That is corruption with a microphone.
Yeah, make sure y'all get y'all Karmelo Anthony Watermelon Felon show. They can be purchased at They said won't nobody wear this shirt out of public. Nigga, please. I'm in Texas wearing this shirt, man. I got it. He don't know what he want to do. I make something for everybody. I say fuck Karmelo. I say fuck Jeff. I make something for everybody. So I got fans. So guess what? My views go up. My engagement go up. Now if I just stayed over here with Karmelo, I'm going to lose people. Aiden Ross hate Charleston. He's a murderer. I can't have Aiden mad at me. That's my nephew. Then I got my other people over here. Man, you ride with white folk, man. Listen, the white man came in peace and love at first. I was with him at first. You with the white man at first, yeah. I came and got with the nigga. I satisfied everybody. Now it's time for me to make money off everybody I'm satisfied.
He said the quiet part out loud. He really don't care. He is playing both sides. He gonna make money off everybody. And some people gonna call that honesty, but to me, that is just a man admitting he has no morals. Playing both sides when people's children are dead or in prison does not make you smart. It makes you empty. Austin Metcalf is dead. Karmelo Anthony is in prison. Both families are living with something that will not go away when the internet moves on. And Charleston White is standing in the middle of all that pain trying to sell a t-shirt. That is why this is so disgusting, because there is no real lesson in this. There's a man taking a case that already has racial fire around it and pouring more gasoline on it because he knows it'll get him attention. Then to add language about Karmelo catching hell or being targeted in prison makes it even worse. A grown man with a platform should not be putting that type of energy on a teenager who is locked up in prison. Prison is already dangerous. Karmelo is already facing years of consequences. And Charleston is out here talking like he wants to help make the punishment more violent because it makes good content for him. That is sick, not funny, not edgy, sick. And this is where the black community has to check itself too. Because Charleston only keeps doing this because the rewards keep coming. But at some point, entertainment becomes participation. If you keep watching a man sell black humiliation back to black people, then you can't act surprised when he finds a worse version of humiliation to sell next week. That is how the algorithm trains people. It rewards the lowest spirit in the room, then makes everybody else feel like moral outrage is weak. No, some things should still disgust us. A black man putting a black teenager's face in a watermelon should disgust us. A man jumping from "I'm helping your appeal" to "I'm mocking you for profit" should disgust us. A man bragging about playing both sides in a case involving death, prison, race, and two broken families should disgust us. And I know Charleston White gonna say he don't care. That's the problem. A man with no shame can always outlast people who still have some decency left. Because decent people keep waiting for him to feel something that he don't feel. He has already told us he don't care. Now the question is whether we care enough to stop rewarding it. Because this is not about whether you support Karmelo or Austin's family. This is about whether or not black people are going to let a man use racist imagery against us and then hide behind the excuse that he's just making money. Every dollar ain't worth having. Every laugh ain't worth chasing. Every viral moment ain't worth what it does to your spirit. And if Charleston White can turn a black boy in prison into a watermelon joke, and people can still call that entertainment or content, then the problem is bigger than Charleston White. It means the culture has been trained to watch its own degradation like a show. That is the part that has to stop. Charleston White has shown us who he is. He is not a leader. He is not a teacher. He is not some necessary villain sent here to wake black people up. He is a man who has found a way to profit from black pain, black shame, black arguments, and black outrage. And this watermelon Felon shirt might be the lowest shit he ever did. Because when you are willing to wear the same symbols that they use to mock your own people, just to make money off a teenager who did nothing to you, you are not playing on both sides. You already picked your side. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe, establish rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.